are people praying every day, posting scripture, even going to church consistently, but their spiritual life doesn't actually exist. Not because God is not real, but because what they have built is not real Christianity. It is an illusion, and today we are going to be looking into it. Let me tell you about someone prayed every single day, morning devotion, never missed. He even cried during worship. If you saw him, you will say this one loved God. But secretly, he was addicted to something he could not stop. He lived in a constant guilt. Not real changes, no real growth. Just circle, sin, guilt, prayer, repeat. One day he asked himself, why am I doing everything right but nothing is changing? That's when it hit him. Maybe he was living in a real spiritual life. Maybe he has built a version of Christianity that doesn't actually exist. There are dangerous versions of faith many people are living in. Let me break it down. A Christianity where you think prayer alone fixes everything. You believe emotions spiritually. You think activity, growth. But listen carefully. You can be busy spiritually and still be empty internally. Some people think, as long as I pray, I am fine. But your life doesn't change. Your mindset doesn't change. Your habits doesn't change. That is not transformation. That is maintenance of an illusion. Why do people live in the false spiritual reality? Because it is comfortable. Real Christianity is hard. It requires discipline, obedience, sacrifice, comforting yourself. But fake version, you just pray when you feel bad, worship when you feel emotional, post scriptures online, and you feel spiritually, but nothing is actually happening. You are not growing, you are not changing, you are just performing. And the scariest part, you can live like this for years and think you are okay. This version of Christianity doesn't exist. God is not interested in your routine without transformation. God is not interested in your word without obedience. God is not interested in your emotion without changes. Real faith look like this. You pray and then you act differently. You read the word and you apply it. You struggle but you fight to grow. Not perfection, but progress that is real. Listen, if your life hasn't changed in months, in years, you don't have a spiritual life. You have a spiritual routine. And those are not the same thing. Some people are trying to go to heaven with a version of Christianity that only exists in their head. No depth, no transformation, no real relationship, just habit, just motion, just noise. And one day, that illusion will break. So tonight, ask yourself honestly, is my faith real or is it comfortable? Am I growing or just repeating cycle? Am I changing or just pretending? Because at some point, you have to destroy the version of you that looks spiritual but isn't, and finally become what God actually calls you to be.